Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, Podcast Pete and certified high performance coach. It's Wednesday and we're talking community matters. Yes, community does matter. And I want to give you 3 tips and then I want to offer something of clarity to you because if you're clear about what you're doing, everything is better. Your motivation, your marketing, your community, your relationships, your mindset, your leadership, everything. We do Wednesday communities. So I want to give you 3 tips. All right, here we go. Then I'll give you an opportunity to schedule a 15-minute clarity session with you so you can get clear on your plans and how to leverage all these to have the most abundant, bright future you can have. Okay, let's start. All right, here we go. Community. What does a community mean? It's an asset. Your community is an asset. How you build it makes a difference. And when I say that, if you're building a community of impact for your business, to have a business, you have to have leads. You have to have a way to generate not just some leads, but so much demand that you're able to deliver the best service of what you do. So people talk about it. You want your story in other stories, not just you telling it. That's going to be biased, of course, because you're telling it, in that mindset. But if others are telling your story, that's beautiful. That's your community working to you, to help you. Everybody benefits. We always say together we're better, and we're better in community. So what does leads mean? Leads, I always say that there's activities and there's assets. A community is your asset. An activity will be attending a networking event. Once the networking event is over, that's it. But you create an asset, meaning you build a community the right way, you always have it. I had a young lady on my podcast yesterday, Jen Starks. She builds it the right way. Relationships first, gratitude first, giving first, value first. All these things create a stronger relationships and a stronger community. So when you look at leads for your business, we do an exercise. We call it the key strategic partners. These are identified partners that can be part of a community. And when we say that, we invite them to be a guest so we can shine their story out to our community. The community gets stronger. They get stronger because people remember stories. Stories go way back. Look at the Bible, parables. They're stories. You remember stories, and that's why podcasting is so effective. Storytelling. We're sharing the story of the guest to our community so we can shine on them, help them connect, meet the right people, and build their thriving community. And when you do that, you start to create demand. And demand is everything. Leads are everything. When I was back almost 4 years ago, before I had my stroke, I had a digital marketing business, small business, but had 5, like maybe 1 full-timer, the rest were part-timers. So when I had my stroke, it was all about me. It was all about everything went through me. So when I go out for 49 days plus, what did they do? They just vanish. because they don't know what to do. There's no system set up. There's no community set up. There's no business set up. It was all on my shoulders. And when my shoulders collapsed, so did the business. Now, I did have the advantages of a partner that I'd been working with for a while. And he took two of my clients, one, two, and did something with it for a while. But then eventually just went away because I wasn't there. I didn't have systems set up. I didn't have community set up. I didn't have the proper relationship set up with my team, with my community. I didn't have systems, processes, all those stuff that you should set up, that we set up now, but you got to learn the hard way. So your community matters. Your community matters. Leads matter. You can go on our YouTube channel. You can see plenty about leads, because when you look at Daniel Priestley and you look at what he's doing, Key Person of Influence online, it's about leads. If you have leads, you got a healthy business. You got a healthy community. Without leads, you got a hobby, and hobbies can have a community, or you can do it individually. If you just like to play golf by yourself, you can do it. There was a gentleman that did, I used to know. You can have a community and a hobby, and it's just you choose it. But when you're in business, I used to see people spend lots of money on a website, on brochures, on joining all kinds of associations, and they haven't got one client yet. And then they're out of business because they didn't have a viable business community. They got supply website before demand leads. And when you get those things reversed, you don't have a community. You have virtually a hobby or a business that's going to go out of business soon. So before you start, get people to buy your product or service. If people give you money, you know you have something. I usually like 3 or more people giving you money saying, yes, I like this. I want to do this. And when you do that, you know you have a viable supply of whatever you're doing. So get your leads first. Get your demand first. Because once you start creating massive leads and demand for what you're doing, then your cash flow grows. Because a business without cash flow is not going to be in business long. We always say without cash flow, you got a hobby. So if you want a hobby, that's great. But don't think of it as a business if you're not generating the cash flow. Got to have that cash flow. Demands, leads create cash flow. And when you create cash flow, you're building a thriving community. You're building a thriving community. Now, we here build a community of impact and influence online. Now, you could be a local influence person, that you have a lot of business in your local area. But if I search you and I don't see anything, then you're just local. I like to say that local is 20%. You're in that sandbox of 20%. You got this other sandbox. It's like the 80%. These are the people who don't even know you yet. Now, obviously, 80% is bigger than 20%, but the 80% of the people who don't know you can also be included in that 20%, because once you establish a key person of influence strategy profile online, it's going to help your local business too. But if you don't do that, it's not going to help your global business. your bigger 80% of the people that don't know you. Because if I meet you and we have an interesting conversation, say at the gym, grocery store, Walmart, whatever, Costco, I meet you and you have a shirt on and it says something about what you do, and I ask you a question and we talk for a minute, and you built my curiosity. And I say, hey, before you go, do you have a card? And you give me a card, which sometimes people do these digital cards, which are okay. But people like physical things. They like to read books still. Not everybody reads digital books. So I think you have to have both. So I get your card. I'm going to look you up. And when I look you up, if I don't find anything to go on a journey with you, the journey's over. And that opportunity to get to know, like, and trust you is over. Even though you piqued my interest, you've piqued my interest to go another step. And the other step is I pick up my phone and I Google your name and I see what the internet says about you. What does your digital journey look like? Do you have enough information that I can consume 7 hours of you, make 11 buying signals, and see you on 4 different platforms? You can search me, put Pete Kane and put the word podcast in there, because I've done between 400 and 500. They're all over the place, but they're soon being organized. But you will find 5 pages of Google. 5 pages. So there's plenty of information for you to get to know, maybe like, maybe trust. And what is trust? Is business. You trust somebody, you do business with them. But you got to know them, like them, and trust them first. And online, if you just have a website, maybe a LinkedIn profile, it's not enough today. I'm not going to go digging to go in to see what the website says about you. I'm just going to see what generally information are out there. Video is a great way to do it. Podcast is a great way to do it. A book is a great way to do it. A LinkedIn profile that has some content on it. Because people, if they're interested in you, they will seek more information. And once they go through the 7-11-4, click, the brain just recognizes you. It's like you buy a Tesla. Now you see Teslas all over the place. You buy a Volkswagen. You see Volkswagens all over the place. Whatever you're familiar with, your brain connects. So if you're familiar with, we call that 150 people that you know, like, and trust, that's like a protected bubble that we all have in our brain. And that brain will repel anything that doesn't have that familiarity, well, you know what I mean, to us. That's why if we didn't have this, our brain would bust, because there's so much information coming up. The average person will have 12 to 60,000 thoughts in their mind. Now, I personally journal. It's the best thing that ever happened. I've got 16 plus journals done. It's the first thing. I drink my water. Now I'm going to try and drink a gallon, since Jen challenged me with the 75 hard, but she drinks a gallon. It's an incredible program. But anyway, I'm drinking more. I drink 2 cups of coffee, but I think I'm going to cut back to 1 so I can get to my higher consumption of water. But anyway, so I drink when I first get up, 20 ounces. I think 15, 20 minutes. I journal, I plan, and then I implement. So I have a big planner right here, Brendan Bouchard's. That's who certified me as a high performance coach. So if you saw my planning process, it would probably give you, if you're not used to this type of planning, it gives me freedom. And that's what we do for people. We want you to have a lifestyle business. Now, a lifestyle business is what happened yesterday. My daughter had to drop off a puppy that was going to a different part of the country and needed to be away. So the grandkids needed to be picked up at school. I just block off 2 hours. If I need it, I go pick them up. So that day, hey, I need your help. I was there. And that's kind of a lifestyle. I didn't have everything scheduled. Hey, can't go in. I got appointments. I can't do this, can't do that. No, I prioritize. So I know generally I could if I needed to. If I didn't, I just create content. I just read books. I just listen to topics that I'm interested in. Whatever it is, I would do it if I wasn't picking up the girls. We went to Costco, we went to Kohl's, returned an Amazon package, and we came home and had some fun. And then dinner, and then just having fun. But that lifestyle is what we teach in our community. Because community matters, lifestyle matters. And when you can have the lifestyle that gives you the type of community that's possible, man, the future is bright. And you're going to have an abundant, impactful life. So if that's something that you're interested in, I want to encourage you to scan the QR code or go book a clarity session. Go to pkane.me/clarity and spend 15 minutes where I can help you find out where you want to go, what do you want to do with your life, and give you some ideas on ways to get there. Choice is yours. Community matters. Generate leads, create cash flow, and build thriving communities. Those are the 3 things. You focus on those 3 things, you've got an abundant life. You got a bright future. All right. Woo, yeah, I love it. We have plenty of other information out there. You can go to pkane.me/connect and you can connect with us. And let me put another QR code up there. I love these QR codes. I love them. Let me see. Yes, here we go. There's a QR code. That's the one to get to pkane.me/connect. Connect with us. There's a free gift on there for you. Use the word gift. When you see that, you got yourself a $300 gift. The gift of learning. Yes, it is a gift. If you understand the power of personal growth and learning, the future is bright, and it's bright for you. I look forward to helping you. Jump on a clarity session with me. We've expanded that so we can offer more opportunities for you to get clear about your future, because the future is bright. You want to be a guest on my podcast, just go to pkane.me and it'll ask you a few questions, and I'd love to host you. I'd love to introduce your story to our community. Okay, Pete Kane, be bold.